Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Class A Van Life. You know, I was thinking about that name, and I was thinking, is this really Class A Van Life? I came to the conclusion that it's less of a name and more of a journey. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, so the journey I am on this week, well, I'm not sitting on some miserable old guy's acreage anymore. It's amazing the life path, the paths life takes you. So, if you saw my last video, you'll know that I was in a pretty curious position. This week is a little bit different. So I managed to get myself out of that. Thank you to good friends. You know who you are. And I was able to come up with the cash to get this thing fixed. So I went and took it to a mechanic, and he told me it was, took it for a little ride and confirmed it was definitely the rear end. So, fuck. Well, so I made some phone calls, and I managed to track down a rear end, but it was probably an hour away. So, I managed to borrow buddy's truck there at the acreage, and before he took a total shit on me, and I went down and I picked up this rear end. Another thing, I researched getting a wiper motor out here. On the mainland, I could have got a new one for $130. I call out here, they want just about $400 freaking dollars. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that ain't happening. So when I was at the wrecker, I managed to get a good look at the vehicle they were pulling my rear end out of. So I asked him, I says, hey, you got a wiper motor out of that thing? Yeah, so I scored a wiper motor too. Now, installing it is a little trickier than one would think. So, before I left, all the inserts for my arms, for my wipers, they were all corroded and broken. They're little plastic inserts that you pop your little knobs into. So I replaced all those, and in doing that, somehow I wrecked my wiper motor. Right. My guess is this is my wiper motor. That is not supposed to happen. So I must have torqued this too much, and I wrecked this. This is supposed to be sitting flat down on the bottom here, right? You see how this is raised a little bit? It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be sitting flat down there. So this is hooped. But, so I installed the other one, and it still wasn't working. And I'm thinking, fuck. But they had to have tested it. They can't show it if they don't test it. And then I started looking at this one, and it had these little grommets on here, right? Well, they sit inside here on the bottom, right? Oh, hang on, let me get you. They sit here on the bottom, right? They're right up here. That is so it can ground to the frame. The other one I put it on didn't have these, right? So I was sitting here looking at this last night, and I figured it out here. So I'm hoping this is it. So I have to pull the other one back off and install these little things. I got 3 of them, and put the ground strap on it, ground it off, and we should hopefully have working wipers. Yeah. And I couldn't have found a better place to do it, because now I am at a mechanic shop. There's that's good. That's good. That's very good. But there's a caveat. Is the guy's a little bit busy. But he says, hey, if you're in a situation, he says, come park here. He says, I'll park you here for a day or two until I can get to you. So this is where I am. Yeah. And that other place, I went in to talk to him, and we sat down and had a chat, and things just went really south after that, really fast. Like, holy cow. He got all mean and belligerent and says, oh, well, you got 3 days to get off. All right, fine. At least I got time to plan shit out. And then he texts me a little while later. He says, you got to be off by tomorrow. Really? I thought you said you were going to give me 3 days. Well, apparently this guy's also not a man of his word, because I didn't get 3 days. So I managed to Jay said come on down. So yeah, so now I'm sitting here patiently waiting to get my van fixed. I got the rear end and it's here. So now he's just got to find a space to squeeze me in. So I've been here for 2 days already. I have a feeling it might be another 1 or 2 days before I get out of here. This is not the way I wanted to explore the island. I'm starting to think the island doesn't want me here. Every time I come here, it turns out to be a shitty situation. I don't know. It's life. Maybe I'm meant to, maybe I'm a mainlander. Yeah. Besides, if the West Coast ever got tsunami'd, the island would be the first to go. It would be, there'd be nothing left. So, yeah, maybe it's a good thing I'm getting off. But, so yeah, in a couple of days, I'll be out of here, and I can hop a ferry and get back over to the mainland. And I'll have a running van, right? Yeah, I won't have any rear end problems. I'll be able to drive this thing around more. Maybe go do a little exploring on the mainland. Buy a van, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I guess they meant running vans. you know what, I have no idea what possessed me to pick a project. That said, I didn't think this was going to be as much of a project as it's turning out to be. Like, holy cow. But, you know, we're kind of rolling with it so far. You know, now got a whole bunch of engine work done. Now the rear end will be done. I'll have tires, decent tires that'll last for a season anyways. And then I just got to slowly start working on the other stuff, right? One thing at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So we're just kind of chomping away. And yeah. Yeah. And then spend the next little while paying Gary back. Thank you to good friends. So that's where we're at here. At least it's a little bit of a rural neighborhood, so I can still get Dory her walks, and it's not, you know, we're not fighting dogs or other traffic or stuff like that. It's actually kind of peaceful around here. I like the area. It's a very quaint area. But yeah, so here we are, and by the time you see this next video, we should be back on the mainland. We'll see. But all right, I'm going to leave it here, guys. I hope you all had a good week, and I hope you all have a good week next week. Remember to keep smiling. Makes everybody wonder what you're up to. See you, everyone.